I think we're good. Hey, West Side. Yeah, the other side of the sun. Jesus Christ.
All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Sovereign Soul Unchained Mind.
This is titled Goodbye, Will Duffy and the Globe Trolls.
Coming to you from my living room. I don't have my green screen up. Hang on one second. I thought I had that off. Ah, there we go. Coming to you from my den. Live tonight. Wow, y'all. I gave something Wong the night off tonight. He's feel a little bit under the weather. He's going to miss the Globe Trolls. Let me see who all we got here tonight. Boy, we got a good amount of people already so far. 78. It's showing on YouTube. We got over on Rumble showing 12. I see Leo Slayer is over there. What's happening? Yes, we are live, Leo. Absolutely. And we've got, let's see, Mojo is over here. I've got Crypt Rick. Crypt Rick, I'm going to be on his show this Friday at 7 p.m., I believe. I'll have to check my notes here, but I'm pretty sure that's where it's going to be. We're probably going to be doing some stuff with some music and whatnot. And if y'all play your cards right, maybe I'll play a song here tonight. We'll see what happens. I see Roger Ledwell here with us tonight, Martin Haley, Shannon Emerson, Saddle Bum. Who else we got? Spitfire, Half Warrior with us here tonight. Jeremy Bird, Lucky Haskins, good to see
Hey, William Foley.
you, my man. Benny Boy, dude, you're gonna do all right, man.
Hey, Real Cygnus.
You're gonna do just fine.
Hey, Stanley.
Dylan Heron is here with us tonight as well. Let's see, Azir Chakat. Am I saying that right? There's the man. He says, Chilling is here with us tonight. 66 Taz 95. I could get fun. See here who. Oh my God, I got a whole bunch. The other Lucky Sourful XL man. We had finally the final whatever the fuck. They went down to Antarctica. And that's kind of cool. I guess they went to Antarctica. That's what I'm told anyway. And I was shown fancy tracker apps and shit.
What a dumb fuck. Oh, I guess they went.
And all kinds of cool stuff and snow.
Hey, Michael King.
All that stuff. One thing I didn't see was a 24-hour or 12-hour stream or anything like that of the 24-hour sun, but that's okay. That's okay.
Oh, I didn't see it 24 hours unedited, uncut, time lapsed. Shut the fuck up.
Now that Toon and the rest of these characters, Duffy, have now seen supposedly their 24-hour sun in Antarctica. And as Pastor Duffy said, this is definitive proof that will put the debate to rest once and for all. Am I mistaken in paraphrasing or quoting what he said? I don't believe I am.
No, you're quite correct. Yeah, Flat Earth's done. Done and dusted.
I believe I heard him say that on several occasions, even though his story about how he got into it.
And if you don't think so, you're kidding yourself.
Changed a bunch. That still remained a core.
You're useless.
Part of the narrative, right? So here we go. We're going to have, this was the definitive proof. And so now, what are we going to do without these guys? Okay, because now, since they have proven to themselves that the Earth is indeed a globe.
No, dude, we know it was a globe. They went down there to prove it to you idiots.
I'm bidding them farewell with their newfound proof, and there is obviously no need for them to ever come on to modern day debate or any other such platform, because now it's been definitively proven that the Earth is absolutely a globe. So I'm curious to know, unless, of course, someone's going to say that Pastor Will Duffy, a man of God, is lying to you.
Why would he be lying if you morons still believe the Earth is flat?
You're not suggesting.
Listen how he's trying to turn this around. He is so pathetic.
that a man of God
So fucking desperate.
would go off on his word, because he said he was going to settle this once and for all, and here it is.
Okay, then admit the earth isn't flat. Go ahead, dude. Admit it's not flat.
So now,
So you think it's settled too. I mean, you saying this is you thinking it's settled too, or else you wouldn't be saying this, right?
my question is, what will be the endeavors of the globe trolls? What will they do
Am I right? I mean, he's saying it's settled. Will Duffy settled it. So why isn't he saying that the earth isn't flat now?
now? After all, they have their concrete proof, definitive proof of a globe. There's no reason for them to be on debate platforms anymore about it.
Oh, he just wants to be left alone. He doesn't want anybody to prove anything.
There's no reason for them
Makes him
to
sad face.
be making really any videos about it, because after all, this has been the definitive proof of a globe. Unless they don't really believe that. You don't think they don't really believe that now, do you? We'll
This is
see,
so
because if they
funny.
continue to make videos and
So
troll and do all
funny.
those things, then that means that it wasn't really definitive proof of anything at all for anybody, was it?
Aw, listen to him.
Wow. But it is interesting if indeed they were in Antarctica
He is such a fucking clown.
and they did see, as they said, it'd be interesting with the future repeated observations of it to see if we can figure out exactly what is actually happening out there. That would be, there are going to be repeated observations, right? I mean, this is
Okay, then you're going to go repeat them because that's not part of repeatability. The same people going back to repeat the experiment. That's not repeatable. That's not what repeatability means, dipshit.
supposedly
It means other people can go and repeat it. Jesus Christ. Tell us you're functionally illiterate without saying the words, man.
an experiment. I mean, we're looking at, if you're going to be anywhere near scientific, you have to, repeat the observation, of course. Even like
Exactly, Citizen Nine, and stop laughing at you assholes. Yeah, fat chance.
when Detroit there, when they doing the crash test dummies and shit, they
Yes, this does sound like a rejected Flatzoid script.
don't just do it once, man. They have to get, data. There's going to be a little different every time too. And so then
How is a 24-hour sun different every time? No, it's the same 24-hour sun every 6 month cycle, man.
they can come up to, you know, ideas as to how to make the vehicle safer. So just by watching what
Amazing.
happens to the crash test dummy inside the thing. So hopefully the next couple of observations that they do will yield consistent results. And as some of the work with Joe Hanvey, that's the excellent shit that he's coming up with. I talked to him today on another stream, and it's really
Joe Hanvey's a clown.
wild. I start seeing his thing of that, and it's about around the same time as I had this like thing go in my head of thinking about laying in bed at night in a car going up north.
Jesus Christ, he still's on that. Um, my neighbor knocked on my door and asked me if I could print him a bunch of these. I don't know if you people know who this is, but the RF might give it away. And so I said, okay. He said, I'll pay you handsomely. I'll pay you good money. He's really into like funny cars and stuff like that, hot rods, and he's got like an awesome collection of hot rod models. Yeah, there you go, William. Yes, Big Daddy Roth, the king of the hot rod artists. And yeah, so I went online and paid $12 and got the highly detailed, highly configured model. Show you what I got. It's pretty cool. Downloads. Yeah, rat fink model. But yeah, the head's one piece, the mouth's another piece, the nose is another piece, the tail's another piece. You got the body, the eyes, the feet, the hair, the back of the head, the arms. So yeah, it's a model like this one. It's like this one with the everything being separate and keyed together with pegs. So you print each piece individually and then you can super glue them together. You can paint them beforehand and then super glue them together or not. So I told him I could only what did I say? I was just gonna say something. Yeah, I can print it for him, but I can't paint it. I don't want to. And he said, "Nah, it's no problem. I'll paint him." So yeah, and the model the files come out to be to where it's like this tall, and I don't. That'll take days to print each one. But if he wants them this big, shit, that'll be a pretty quick job. So anyway,
On the road next to me, next to my house, it's traveling north, and I'd see the headlight reflection go on the wall of the bedroom the opposite
hey Joe
direction.
Black.
And I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. Why did that pop into my head all of a sudden? So then I run across Joe Hanvey and some of the stuff that he's been doing. Um, to me, it didn't define a globe. To me, it tells me that there's something really crazy with the sun. If what we're getting is legitimate. They were supposed to have, I know it's hard to do a 24-hour stream, but at least you can do some live for a few hours at least. I mean, I know I can
They did several times during the day and overlapping each other. So what the fuck are you talking about, man?
stream for a few hours on here, right? And just for,
Yes, he's live right now.
future edification, you can save the battery life of your device by turning your fucking chroma key shit off, and
That won't save on battery life, dude.
really
The
greatly
fuck are you
enhances the
talking
battery
about?
life, especially if you don't need it. And then that way you don't have people going, hey, look, you can see the TFE logo in the fucking overlay and shit like that. Yeah, just saying. It turned out really, in my opinion, to be a clown show
Oh,
at
yeah,
the
of
very
course it did.
best.
Of course it was. It was a cloud show because it proved that your fucking pathetic flat earth is fake.
I was very disappointed. And, well, the 24-hour live feed or whatever they had set up was going on Rumble. And I started watching it and I said, okay, cool. I'll come back in the morning and finish watching the whole thing. And I can play it at like 5 times the speed. That way I'll be able to see the sun doing whatever it's doing, and actually see the movement instead of it taking forever. You can see it go a lot better. So I got up the next day and I clicked play, just sat there. I was like, well, hell, okay, well, I'll refresh the screen. I refresh the screen. I get a 404 error message, page not found. I'm like, what? Well, even if you couldn't go the full 24
Yeah, so he thinks that all videos have to be up on the internet all the time so he can watch them.
hours, what happened to the video footage that was there? Um, why? I don't know. It just more little bullshit that makes it look crazier than hell to me, you know? Um, so as good old Sav said quite a while back, that this is just pretty much we're going to be in the same boat that we were prior to anybody even leaving the United States or any.
Yeah, you're stupid and you'll remain stupid because you want to remain stupid. That you called it, man. Congratulations.
Other such place to go there. Um, we're relegated now to recorded footage.
Oh wait, you said they wouldn't go too. You said that. The Saab said that. Oh, you said there'd be an accident too. And you said that as well. And yeah, you said a lot of things, haven't you?
No real live.
You said they'll never see a 24-hour sun, right? It'll be too cloudy, right? It'll be behind the mountains, right?
Lengthy feeds of any kind. Um, and I don't want to hear, oh, it's really hard to do that. I don't even want to fucking hear that bullshit. This is the 20,
Ooh.
we're coming into 2025. We're a quarter of the way into the 21st century. We have technology beyond reproach at this point in time.
Right, and you think like Fred Flintstone. That's
And
sad.
they seem to be streaming
And you're proud of it. You're fucking proud of it.
just fine from there anyway. And then even still, you got to take the footage down from it. I mean, it just made it look even more sus, right?
And that wasn't MC Tune or that wasn't the TFE trip, man. That was fucking Candace Owens. That was her production team. That's her channel.
But the good news is, as I said, McToon, he's now free to go off and do videos or do something else. Maybe teach extreme frisbee full time or make videos about that or something. Because after all, none of these guys are going to have any reason to debate flat earthers anymore because
As long as there's flat earthers, we'll have a reason to debate flat earthers. What the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about?
they've definitively proven the globe. Am I correct?
The globe was definitively proven 2,500 years ago, but that didn't stop idiots like you from wanting to not believe it and debate it.
I mean, that's the way I'm seeing it. And also, I'm going to miss all of the hundreds of pilots, engineers, surveyors, um, and the like that seem to make their way over to Facebook to be in flat Earth groups.
Hey, my mom bakes cakes.
Well, I'm going to miss them anyways. That's a lot of
My mom used to bake cakes.
them, and maybe they can
Her favorite was pineapple upside down cake. I love that. And she made it a German chocolate cake with coconut something icing on it. It was really good.
devote more of their time to their piloting and their navigating and their surveying and all this shit. I swear to God, if I ever need any of those professions, any of those people, I know exactly where to go. Don't look in the yellow pages. Don't do any such nonsense as that. All you have to do is go to Facebook. You want to find a pilot? Find a flat earth group in Facebook, and there's probably 50 or 60 of them in there. I'm not shitting. I've been doing this a while, man. I'm not kidding you. So, yeah, this would be very, very good. So, what
Are you trolling them, Stanley?
do we got here going on in the comments? As I've said, the
What about footballs? They don't have wheels.
link is pinned up in the description or in the chat if anybody wants to. Yeah, let's keep it level there, Ayers. Absolutely. So, I mean, I think now we can go along and be not disrupted by these characters anymore. I don't know what the hell Craig McNeil is going to do for a career now. Maybe he can make videos about being a nuclear sub guy or some shit like that. That would be kind of cool for people, I suppose. Right. So, anyway, it's going to be
God,
kind
he's
of
he's so triggered.
weird not having them around
Love
anymore,
it.
but I
Davey Mo, what's up?
know that they're not going to be making any videos or anything anymore.
So between the two of us, right? Who looks older? Me or him?
Because absolutely they have definitively proven the globe. So
Yeah, he's 2 years younger than me, or 3 years younger, three or 4 years younger than me. He's like
if they
50,
do
58.
make videos, that means that they don't accept that as definitive proof. I mean, is there a flaw in my logic? Anybody?
No. Yeah, there is. Yeah, there is, you whiny little shithead. Yeah, there is a flaw in your logic.
Anybody? So what do we got? We got some more people popped up into here tonight too. We got Captain Rescuer, heads up Sav, Joe Hanby is busted. Really? Well, where did we find that from? How did we get that, Capitan? Elaborate. Delineate, please. You don't think that an independent image of them actually being there would be helpful? An independent image? Sure, sure. Why? How would that not be helpful? What have I said about photograph and video evidence for both flat Earth as well as globe? What have I always said about that? It's not definitive proof of shit because we can manipulate the crap out of it. And just because you take a picture and say you're someplace, how do I know
So you can manipulate the crap out of film?
that that fucking picture was actually taken there?
Hey, Tinker Phil. Hey, Dakin.
I'm not saying it wasn't.
So desperate. They are just so just twitching.
There we go. A friend of mine just popped in. There's Johnny. You see him walking up? See him walking up? Coming over to smoke up my weed, man. I was cussing you, man. I said either come on the fuck in or don't.
Well, I got them had to get to the door.
Yeah. So anyway, that's the lack of mouth exhaust is too much for me. Yeah. But there's also that too, which it is kind of difficult to capture that for some reason on camera too. We saw that a woman on another stream. She was outside in the north, someplace where there was snow. She went out there and it was really cold, and she went out and she could see her breath, but on the camera we didn't see it either. So I don't know, man. I'm just saying. I know that it was saying it was -6 degrees Celsius, and they're standing there with no gloves on, and dude says, I'm going to go get some gloves. He goes over, I guess, and gets some gloves, doesn't put them on, and then picks up a handful of fucking snow. I mean, I don't know, it's like ISS type shit to me, like, oh, look, I'm actually up in space, or I'm actually there. See the snow? That kind of thing. I don't know. Anyway, it did exactly.
Yes, you need moisture in the air to have foggy breath. You have to have something to condense.
Exactly as Sav said a long time ago, it's just going to be in the same boat as we were prior to this going down. The only thing it's going to do is now give them some kind of talking point to argue the fuck about. The only thing that is going to prove.
Yes, another bit of proof, another bit of evidence that the flat Earth is impossible.
Convexity of the Earth is measured curvature, and that's
right. We've done that. Yep, spherical excess.
It's a physical measurement, not based on long distance observation and your misinterpretation of how optics work.
You don't understand how optics work, man. Shut the fuck up.
You need to have 360 degrees of deviation from a center point corresponding to the radius value of the Earth.
Right, we measured that. Yes, we measured that, man. What the fuck are you talking about?
Without that, you have no proof of a globe. I'm not accepting it.
No one gives a shit if you accept anything, man. You're a nobody.
There it is, man.
You're just something to laugh at, man. That's all you are. You're just, oh shit, the volume's been fucking way down low.
There it is.
You're just a laughing stock. That's all you are, man. No one gives a shit what you believe. It's fun. It's better for us if you believe stupid shit. So keep going, buddy.
Yeah, it's bizarre weather for Antarctica, I'd say too. And I had the weather.
Oh, is it bizarre weather for Antarctica, Mr. fucking weatherman? How do you know? Do you keep up on the weather in Antarctica? I mean, they just have to be authorities on everything, don't they?
And I still got the Union Glacier weather from the airport there pulled up right here on my screen right now. And let me just hit refresh on it and we'll see. Yeah, it's close to 10:30, maybe 10 about 20 after 10
Sorry.
in Antarctica right now at Union Glacier. It's -4 degrees. It's cloudy. We're looking at a wind chill bringing it to -10 Celsius. And it's got 49% humidity, which is pretty high, which is a pretty high amount of humidity for that kind of temperature. But anyway, that's what it is. And I didn't see it crop up much above any of that. And the wind chill factor only made it worse. So I don't know, man. What he says,
Their major gripe about it is it's cold, and people weren't wearing gloves because I'd wear gloves if it was cold.
Jaron did what? Hold on a second.
It's so hilarious.
Let's see. Leanne
Oh my God.
Okay, good. Let's see. Are those dogs in the background green screen? No,
It's just fun watching them spiral.
those are actual dogs that you see, Leo. That's Peanut, the little white spotted one you just saw a minute ago. That big one walking away is Fabio.
Yeah, he's got a friend.
That's Peanut right there.
Chances are his friend thinks the same thing he does.
Peanut.
Yeah, you're gonna love on her, and if you don't, it doesn't matter. She's gonna love on you. She's a bully.
Yeah, he lives in Minnesota. Shit. Yeah, he's used to cold weather.
She's definitely a bully. Yep, absolutely. The observation of the 24-hour sun has been repeated thousands of times. Christian, stop talking out of your ass. You have no documentation, nor
Yeah, we do. We got plenty of documentation, man.
can you cite thousands of times at all. That is all your opinion and a speculation. Okay. So unless you have anything to back up that wild ass claim, that's all it
You get blocked already?
is a wild ass claim. Okay. Oh, I'm so sorry. Next chapter. I'm so sorry. I know that's got to be hard. I'm, I dread it. But it comes, and it's just like that with all of us. Nobody gets to stay here forever. And they don't stay here as long as we do because they already came here good. They don't have to. Ain't that right, Cece? No, thank you very much. So let's see, what do we got? Canuck, exactly. Let's see, where are we at, Captain? Laurie was supposed to join up on here, but I don't know. He's kind of airheaded sometimes, man.
That's a good comment.
Some other people was going
See, Joseph didn't use data from the trip to make his model. I have no idea who that is.
to come on too, but I don't know if they are or not. So anyway, I'm going to miss all these guys.
Yeah, that could be you could be a pool player with a name like that. Minnesota Tune.
See if y'all can speculate out a little bit that, like what are these guys going to do now?
Yeah, absolutely, Dakin. They never have provided any proof for flat Earth. No measurements, no model, no map that works, no model that works. They never have. And now they deny every bit of evidence presented to them.
Now that they've proven definitively, or I mean, come on now, if they don't think this was definitive proof and it puts the argument to rest, as Pastor Will Duffy, a man of God, said, then they're calling Pastor Will Duffy, a man of God, a liar.
No, you're calling him a liar. You're calling him a liar, not us. See, we've already proven it, but you still think like a troglodyte caveman.
And that's not cool. I think God might smack on your ass a little bit for that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, there might be some lake of fire shit involved with that, going against the man of God. How you doing, Roger?
I'm doing beautiful, man. I would just want to say I'm going to go do it next year just for the hell of it. What do you think?
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
Do it.
I'm going to start the new GoFundMe. I'll just start running it from here to then, and hope to God I make enough to get down there. I'm sure there's probably
they got
70.
They got 70 employees down there, and
And all of them say you're full of shit.
You know, so I guess
Every single one of them say that these guys are full of shit.
every need you would possibly have could be catered to, you know, but especially for that kind of scratch, you know, that's not cheap.
dude.
And that's just
Yeah,
for that. That's not including the flight to get down there to Punta Arenas and, you know, your food and your hotel or all that. That doesn't even, that's even on top of their ticket price, you know?
maybe I should take a bus. What do you think?
Well, have they finished that bridge yet? I heard they might have a tunnel or something. Go by sub. That would be
Dude,
an
I was
interesting
contact the
way to go.
aliens and have them pick me up and take me down there and drop me off.
Yeah, exactly. Dakin, the 24-hour sun just confirmed the predictions made by the globe model. What else do they need? Well, they don't need anything because they're not serious. These are not serious people. These are clowns trying to be smart when they're not. They're trying to be smarter than smarter people.
There you go. That's another thing too. We got these aliens too. That's
Oh,
proof
yeah.
of a globe too. Because where else would they come from but space, right? They'd have to come from another
Hey, Lisa.
world.
Ooh. Well, so I got to get back to work. I thought I'd drop in and drop that little shell. Do it
Right
tomorrow.
on. Yeah. Listen, Roger. You put the link to your GoFundMe or whatever in the thing.
Well, I don't have
Put
it
your
made up
links
yet.
in and
I'm gonna
whatnot.
have to make another one up. That one's gone. So
Look at Lowry.
Lowry.
Looks like you should be singing in the lounge of a fucking Ramada Inn.
I just got
Doesn't he?
done singing. I just got done
Right?
singing on Sob's channel. I was just.
He was just
singing.
like he's just being there going, Star Wars, nothing but Star Wars. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Even the Bar Wars.
No singing.
How are you doing?
We're at peak. We're at peak
Later, guys.
argument mode now. I think everybody's gonna have their talking
Hey,
points now.
Dan.
And like it looks like we lost Roger wherever he went.
Yeah, Roger had to get back to work.
Okay, yeah, and we're going to a Christmas party tonight. We're basically
Christmas.
a free open bar is essentially where we're going.
I don't love that Christmas bullshit, huh?
Yeah. So, but we're not actually practicing the birth of Christ because I don't think his birth date is next week or 2 weeks away. I think it's September 11th. But that's just me. That's just me talking.
Think about this. We celebrate a birthday and we give all these gifts and shit. I mean, even our own birthdays, and we give these gifts and shit as though you being shit out by your mother was some kind of a fucking accomplishment.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What should be celebrated is the date of your death, and all of the things that you contributed through your life are remembered.
Well, I will tell
Why?
you, and I will talk to like your
God damn, they just think everything should be different, don't they? They just think everything should be the fucked up way they want it to be.
chat and everybody on your channel. I've done the deep dives into the near-death experiences and all that stuff and everything else, and I don't know for sure, but like, would it make the most sense is that everything is tracked through all of time. Everything is tracked. Your actions, what you do. They are in the. There's a word. What's is the Akashic records? Is that what it is?
Yeah, the Akashic.
This is just me talking about it. I don't know that much about it, guys. So like what she does. But like everything you do is tracked, and you get to go back and look at your life. And
Hey, Professor Phil Bell, what's up? Hey B, what's up? I like the idea of a oh shit, what did he call it? Orson Scott Card. Speaker for the Dead. I like that idea of a speaker for the dead. Someone who examines a person's life after they die and talks to the people that knew him, and he gives a eulogy. But you'd have to read the book to understand the whole concept completely, but it's a very cool concept. it basically he becomes the dead person.
What you did. Did you do right? Did you do wrong? Did you do indifferent? Did you fuck it off and run off and like do whatever you wanted to? But either way, it's there, and at least having indulged in that idea that actually exists, an internal hard drive, as it were. You can, once we're done with all this thing, once we kick over, we get to see what we did, and hopefully, you did better. You did a lot better stuff than you did worse stuff. That's kind of my position is like when I kick over, I want people to say like, hey, that was a pretty cool dude. That's it. That's where I'm at. I'm like, that guy was pretty cool. He didn't do anything bad. He didn't shoot a bunch of people, or he didn't, do a bunch of bad shit. And so like, that's where we're at here, because like this.
Well, it comes down to a balance. How much of your existence was spent being self-centered versus being as benevolent as possible toward,
and I'm guilty of that. Like
everybody is.
Sub 2015, I was a raging lunatic. I've been in rock bands for years. I've done things that I wish I could take back. I didn't kill anybody, thankfully. Didn't do anything super bad, but I was a raging lunatic, and then this whole thing happened. So here we are. We're talking about it tonight. I don't think people understand how huge this month or where this is leading to. This is so big. It's so big, and we have either fake data from Antarctica, or we got real ones. Whatever, it doesn't matter, because we can play with it all day long for the rest of time. And you can't fool the hive mind of the internet, of people that actually are alive and can think for themselves. You can't fool it. It's only a matter of time. We'll dig it all up and we'll figure out what actually happened over there.
What? We know what happened over there. Flat Earth got destroyed.
That's
Hey,
Dave.
well,
Dave
Alex,
just comes over. I just saw you
Alex,
a second ago.
Yeah, right.
I just wanted to say on that note what you were talking about, about being a good person. I can honestly say that I've never killed anybody that didn't deserve it.
Okay.
Impressive.
I haven't killed anybody, at least in my memory.
Well, I never said I killed anybody either. I just said I never killed anybody that didn't deserve it. You see how that word magic works? You assumed that I'd killed someone.
Spelling.
Yeah, it is, man. It's so easy. It's so easy. Once you understand how it's done, you can do it all the time if you so choose. Yeah. That's why I like to get people with that, because they'll go, "Oh my God, you've killed people." I said, "I never said that."
Yeah. I mean,
I just said I never killed anybody that didn't deserve it.
Have you had, and this is really a kind of a fascinating one. The worst dreams, the worst nightmares I ever have are when I wake up in the morning and in my dream, I felt like I had killed somebody and buried them or something, or maybe it's an echo of my past, or that I did it in the past or whatever. I don't have any evidence that I killed anybody in this current existence of me, but I wake up and I feel terrible the whole day. I'm just like, what the fuck was that shit? And why are
Yes, Dak, and it's a mental disease, mental illness, not a disease. It'd be a mental illness.
they fucking with me? I don't have any evidence that I killed and buried anybody in my whole life, but I had the dream of it, And so you go through this whole thing, and you're like, shit, is that a reflection of a past life, that I did something in a past life and I'm here to fix it here in the future, in the current situation? I go through that, and it sucks, man. It's like the best thing I can do is get up and have some coffee.
So you just got here for Phil. Sovereign Soul here says, so there's no need to have any more debates, because the final experiment proved it conclusively. Proved it without a shadow of the doubt. So there's no need for us to troll their channels or debate them, because and if we do, then we're calling Will Duffy a liar.
And walk through the day and walk away from that dream.
It really is
the best thing I could do, because
it really was a marvelous 5 minutes of copium.
Did I do something that horrible in a past life? Because I do go back into my former or my current life, and I look, is it possible that I killed somebody and I forgot about it? Or is it possible that I just got away?
Dill. You know what? I've done that too, man. I've done that too.
What? Killed someone and forgot about it? Forgot that you did it? What the fuck are these people talking about? I mean, that right there shows mental instability. If you think you could have killed someone and forgotten about it, you need to fucking seek help.
It's weird, right?
What is it? Is it because of an ability to maybe sort of take yourself into a place of empathy for some?
Yeah, that's there. They're putting out a lot of work, expending a lot of energy to deny and obfuscate and try and make it false, something that they don't think matters. You saw Flatzoid's latest, right? Took a 480p version of resolution version of Will or what's his name? One of the guys' 24-hour sun. And because it's like such low resolution, you're gonna go to all kinds of fucking artifacting and glitching. And he says, "See, look, it's glitching, so it's fake." They are desperate.
Someone who has done that, and it's just like it's a lesson that you're learning that you're not really sure why you're learning it. That
It's a gut
it
punch.
reinforces that natural law upon yourself. That wow, what a fucked up thing it would be to do something like that.
Have you ever read the short story The Egg?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, dude, that's like totally right with what you're saying right now. Look it up. It's by Andy. I don't want to give it away, but it's
Okay.
sort of like a Hinduism sort of like Buddhist sort of story. But
Does he? I tagged him in the title.
it's like a short story. It's like a 10-minute read. Actually, you could probably pull up a YouTube video, but it's like super interesting. But it's along those same lines of what you're talking about right now.
Yeah, I mean
It's called The Egg.
the whole thing for me is just like I wake up the next day and I feel terrible, like I did something awful, which I don't remember doing in this life, and I'm just like I try to go back through my dreams when I wake up, and I'm like, what the hell was that shit? Did I bury somebody in a garage somewhere in the Midwest like 50 years ago? How would I get away with it?
Get me out.
What's that? Sorry?
Get me out.
I know. I'm freaking Nicole out. But I was just like, I have dreams like that.
You're the
sometimes, like-
motherfucker took out Hoppa, ain't you? That's what's up. That's
I
what
knew it was you. Fuck.
Yeah, I don't know. But I do go through those things. I go through a lot of this spiritual stuff. And I think also there's a lot of spiritual shit happening right now. And I think a lot of us are, I'm not spiraling by any stretch. I'm very happy that all this is happening and that we can actually have conversations about it, because 10 years ago, none of us could have had this conversation that we're having now. And like we had like,
McKeegan, thank you.
I just simulcasted from
Dave
the glacier
McKeegan.
2 days ago on the Tinfoils channel, and we had 2,600 people on there, which I believe there's add 2 zeros to it, just like your channel, just like maybe Dave, your channel. Add 2 zeros to it. I think there's that many people watching, but we don't get any feedback on how many people are watching what we're talking about. It's weird. It's weird to me. It's fucking weird.
Dude, my channel got up to like 1,300 subs, and then it stopped.
Yeah.
And that was it. Yeah, I totally got shadow banned.
Yeah, it kind of is weird to think that you might have killed and buried someone 50 years ago and forgot about it.
Like during all the stuff going on during that time,
I
it was
lost the channel
100%
during
shadow
that.
ban.
I lost my channel during that time. I had to start over, man.
Oh, really? Damn.
Yeah. Well, that was pretty cool though, because I had a lot of fucking holster sniffers and bootlickers that were involved. And I don't like those people, man. People that suck on the state, and they think the cops are all this, that, and the other. Listen, I served in the United States Army, okay? And I can't stand it when somebody says, thank you for your service. I hate that.
Why? Why?
Yeah.
Because I didn't do anything for you, man.
Well, they don't know that. So take the compliment and move on, man. What the fuck is your problem?
Right.
I didn't.
Well, it's one of those.
thank you.
It's one of those propaganda.
No, you served your country. That's enough. You serving your country is enough. What the fuck? What the fuck is his problem, man?
Talking points that we've been conditioned to say. Yep.
It is. It's like,
Wow.
listen, I didn't do anything for you. And if you actually knew what you were saying, you know what it is to be serviced? That's when you tie a mare up to a post to let the stud go ahead and have his way. Okay, so
No, military service is when you sign a contract turning years of your life over to the U.S. government. That's what service is. Jesus Christ. What a disgrace. Holy shit. What an absolute disgrace.
So that mayor is being service. Are you going to thank me for my service? Really?
Wow.
It's almost
Wow. What a maggot. This man does not reflect the views of good veterans.
I'm with
an
you.
expected
Come on, man.
Holy
response
shit.
to, like, if you're wearing, say, say you're wearing your military garb,
Yeah.
as it were. It's an expected response for somebody that
Wow.
is a civilian, right? And it's a little weird. I mean, again, the VFW in Emporia, Kansas was named after my family. Lowry VFW, Funston Post is Emporia, Kansas. Veterans Day is named after my family. It came from a Navy family
What? Veterans Day is named after your family? No, it's not.
in Emporia, Kansas. I didn't serve.
He said Veterans Day is named after his family. He did say that, right?
Military garb,
Yeah.
as it were. It's an expected response for somebody that is a civilian, right? And it's a little weird. I mean, again, the VFW in Emporia, Kansas was named after my family. Lowry VFW, Funston Post is Emporia, Kansas. Veterans Day is named after my family. It came from a Navy family in Emporia, Kansas. I didn't serve. I'm not.
Hey, Christopher Allen, what's up, man? Yes, everyone has a wrench here. Except two people.
very good at killing people, so I just chose not to do that.
According to your dreams, you are.
Well, apparently, like, I'm just
Jesus Christ. So he thinks Veterans Day was named after his family. Yes, Professor, it does.
like, what the hell was that? But at the same time, it's like I've looked at military thinking for a long time. Nico, her family's military, and in particular the Navy. And that's probably part of this flat Earth stuff. It was the Navy, was it?
VF. He said Veterans Day. He said Veterans Day.
Response for somebody that is a civilian, right? And it's a little weird. I mean, again, the VFW in Emporia, Kansas was named after my family. Lowry
The VFW was named after his family.
VFW, Funston Post is Emporia, Kansas. Veterans Day is named after my family. It came from a Navy family in Emporia, Kansas. I didn't serve.
Veterans Day was named after his family.
I'm not very good at killing people, so I just chose not to do that.
According to your dreams, you are.
Well, apparently, like, I'm just.
I mean, that's heavily delusional. I mean, this dude has some mental problems.
It's like, what the hell was that? But at the same time, it's like I've looked at military thinking for a long time. Nico, her family's military, and
You can say whatever you want in here except racist shit.
in particular the Navy, and that's probably
See, we're not a flat Earth channel. We respect people's opinions. I mean, we'll listen to them. We don't respect all of them.
part of this flat Earth stuff. It was Navy, was it Navy, baby? I don't remember. Army, Navy. We were Navy in the
Air
Lowry
Force,
family.
Marines.
But like that's where I'm coming into this. I told Saul earlier today. I was like the first time I heard about flat Earth was when I was 8. My granddad told me. I thought he was fucking crazy, right? He also said we didn't go to the moon. This is 7, 8 years old. I was a space kid. I loved space. I loved it all. Loved
Yes, I love the word. Cunt.
fucking spacecraft. I loved zooming around the internet. I loved Star Wars. Now I'm like, when I was calling him crazy years ago, now I'm like, shit, he gave me a gift. He gave me something that, like, I don't even understand still to this day. You know,
Yep.
A Rubik's Cube?
and it's like when you're out there on the ocean,
Gave him a Rubik's Cube.
you get a really standard sense of your surroundings, especially flat level water. You know, and
You get a real sense for your surroundings. Yes, water.
this is where we're at, man. We were in a very particular, amazing spot in time that happened this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's telling me to eat. I haven't eaten much in the last 5 days.
Well, here, let me ask you, Lowry. Okay, so what kind of videos do you envision? Now, of course, we already know Duffy's going to just go back to his church now because he's proven this and everything, right? And this whole video thing really wasn't his thing anyways until he started this. So I'm wondering, like, So what's Toon? What kind of videos will Toon have put out now? Will he even still have a channel? I mean, there's no need for them to have any of this
I'm
anymore.
gonna buy.
No, the need is you being idiots. That's you provide the need.
I'm gonna borrow from you the text you sent me this morning. They don't have any business in our business anymore, ever. They have their proof. That's what they set it up on. They have their proof. Okay, fuck off. Go on. Get the fuck away from me. If they still hang around with us now after this,
You think trolling you and debunking you and debating you is hanging around with you? You think that's what we've been doing?
their whole castle collapses on top of itself because I don't give a
Yeah.
fuck if they hang out with us. They're annoying. They're annoying and
Well,
people.
they've already
Love it.
they've already
They're so hey Curious. They are so triggered. Man.
supposedly proven their globe. That was going to be the end of the debate, wasn't it? What Duffy said?
Yes, and there should be no reason they ever hang out with us
There it
again.
is.
That's it.
There it is.
If they continue to hang out with us and continue to troll us in our trolls and continue to make fights with us, which they've been doing for fucking years, then they
Love
suck and it blows up their whole castle. I don't
They suck. When you've resorted to saying they suck, you've lost, man.
Did
give
you
a
see?
fuck
Yeah.
whether they come over here or not.
Well,
Give
yeah,
me
that would
shit.
be just them saying that we don't think that was definitive proof. That's what that is them saying.
They said
Did-
No, that's us still debating you because you don't understand definitive proof.
Did you see the video McToon made yelling at Nathan Oakley today?
Yes.
Oh yeah. It was
What
yeah.
an adolescent. He has an
dude.
adolescent mentality, doesn't he? He's like
Oh,
a
100%. Yeah.
child.
Yeah.
He's like
And
a
if they
child.
come at us, if
He does?
they come at
Okay.
us again
Okay.
and over again. It's a really simple. Everybody in the chat, everybody that listens that does content or whatever, just say, "What are you doing in this saloon? Like, why are you here?" It was if you proved your thing. Why just go watch a football game? Go, I don't know, go on a date. Go to the park. Go to do
Right.
something else. Why are you hanging out with us? It's really that simple, and you're gonna see it in reverse coming from them because nothing's stopping here.
Yeah, exactly, Phil. They're not serious people. These are not serious videos. These are to mock you, to mock them.
We're not
Yeah.
stopping shit here.
It's all they deserve. It's all they're worthy of is mockery.
Matter of fact, if anything, we've accelerated this thing, exponentially. They keep hanging out, they're going to crash their whole castle. From my perspective, I would rather just them go away because I like the people that I hang out in these sections a lot better than them. If they want to come in here and do a thing again, they're reaching for something. It's like a narcissist of fuel.
Yeah.
A narcissist needs fuel. I need
Yeah.
to get more fuel. If you're coming back in here and fucking with us, well, yeah.
Well, here's the thing. I'd rather keep an open mind and be wrong every once in a while than have such a rigid mindset and be a total dickhead like them. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, even if we are wrong every once in a while, who gives a fuck? Like, is it gonna, do you get off that much on being like, ha, you were wrong? It's like, who cares?
Oh, quit picking on me because I'm stupid.
Okay, yeah, we
Well-
were wrong. We kept an open mind, and there's nothing wrong. Like, to me, that's what it's all about. If you can't keep an open mind and realize, okay, there might be more to this than we think, and if you can't understand that there's an evil group of people that would, naturally are drawn to positions of power, that's just human nature. Of course, people that are narcissists and psychopaths are going to be drawn to positions of power and try to control as many
Wow.
people as possible. And the fact that they view that as a conspiracy, is
Yes, it's a conspiracy that there's some huge organization hiding the shape of the earth from people. Yes, that's idiots think that.
ridiculous, if you ask me. You know what I mean?
It's really simple to me. It's like they're more animated than we are. I mean, honestly, we've
I
been doing
know.
this for so long, like 10 years. I don't give a fuck how many trolls I get. We got our first trolls on the Reckoner channel, my other channel, for the first time ever. We weren't even in that chat. They found us. I was like, "What are you doing in my small little channel over here? Like, are you really are you a bot or are you a real person?" That's the first question I asked. Bot.
Well,
or real person?
the whole thing is that I've said, Flatzoid has said, others have said that it's a false dichotomy to begin with.
They don't know what the fucking dichotomy is. It's either flat or round. The sun either sets or it doesn't. in a 24-hour period or 24 longer than 24 hours. It's not a false dichotomy, man.
Yeah, it always was.
Okay. This is more of this bullshit about, oh, you can tell the earth is a globe. Look at the sky.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how shit works, man. That's how systems work.
Wait a second, man. The light show has nothing to do with the ground, man. Now we can go and look into the light show if we're interested in the light show. That's cool. Let's find out as much as we can about that.
Mm-hmm.
But to sit there and say, oh, well, that automatically just proves a globe. And it's like, no, it doesn't at all. It doesn't prove, I don't prove that I have a full tank of gas by looking at the shingles on my neighbor's house.
That's not even, see, that's a false dichotomy. That's a false comparison.
Okay, I know they don't sound related, and that's because they're not.
They're not
Right.
really.
But stop. I just wish that more people were saying that prior to Duffy getting in the mix. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times,
There were.
I mean,
There were.
well,
Dave.
no,
There was a
but-
bunch of us saying it.
listen, I'm with you. Again, I'm one of those people. I was saying it 7-8 years ago. You know what I mean? I mean, and it's like, I guess, but what I'm saying is, like Eric Dubé put it in his books. You know, David Weiss was saying it in podcasts. You know, they're all talking about how they were so definitive in there's no 24-hour sun in Antarctica. And that is like, that's where I'm saying people put their foot in their mouth back then by saying stuff that they didn't know as fact and stating it as fact.
Well, I mean, honestly, like I've never been to Antarctica, so I just went back to the oldest synthetic writings I could
Copium is a hell of a drug.
find. They said flat domain, 24-hour sun in south and north. I was just reading books because I can't go to Antarctica. I'd like to. I'd like to see it. But the thing about it is they were saying it 150 years ago that there's a 24-hour sun. And I was like, well, okay, there's probably a 24-hour sun. It doesn't decide anything at all, period. You know, and like I tend to refer to literature at the end of the day. I'm like, okay, we got some explorers that have done this work, and they did a lot of good stuff that I can relate to. So I was like, well, I'm going to defer to zetetic literature until future
Synthetic literature. Oh my shit.
reference. And
But
turns
again,
out they were right. Turns out they were right. It was like, oh, there's
Some of them were right. But if you look at, I mean, well, literature was just the medium back then. I mean, nowadays, like when people are like, "Oh, you can't trust anything on YouTube," well, you can
What
learn
else do
anything.
we have? What else
Right,
do
that's
we
what I'm
have?
saying. So whatever the medium is on how to get information, it's irrelevant. You know what I mean? Like how we'll always be criticized. Oh, where do you get your information from? YouTube? It's like, yeah. I also, I get it from other sources, and who cares? You learn how to you can learn how to speak German on YouTube. You can learn anything on YouTube.
I mean, this is another thing that we have to get over is the fact that I come from the generation of card catalog. If I had to find something, I had to go to a card catalog, figure it out, find the book, and go look for it. Now it's all free and it's available. So like a lot of us from say Gen X or before, we have the entirety of the internet to find a lot of information, and then we can infer what we think is true. A lot easier than it used to be. And so what I'm saying is, like honestly, I think that we're in a really good position to actually really be good at.
So did he just say he can find a lot of information and he can infer what's true?
Looking at the world and giving what we see as it, at least our generation or older. I don't know about Gen X or Gen Y or whatever, but I'm saying like we had to fight for information when I was a kid. Now it's fucking free. It's right in it's in your damn phone.
What's almost
Right, and you just ignore it. You like the bad information. See, there is a lot of information out there. Some of it's good, most of it's bad. But you seem to want to believe the bad information. And that's bad.
No, I'll have people, I use a word and they don't understand the word and they'll say, what's that word mean? I go, wait a second. You went ahead and took the time to ask me what that word means when you could have just said the same thing into your search bar and played it off like you knew the whole time, right? Wow. Wow.
Now in my old times, like part of my social interaction with people, I would ask, even when we had smartphones like 5 years ago, I would still ask people because that was part of my social interaction with people. I'd be like, hey, what do you think about this? And like, because I wanted to have an actual human interaction with somebody. And then, yes, I could have just opened my phone and looked at it, but I wanted to have, say, let me get your opinion on this subject. And then, of course, I can open up my phone and go to, Google's not really highly, used, but there's other search engines. You can get some stuff, and you can actually have a really adult conversation that you couldn't have when, say, like.
So is Sovereign Soul suggesting that people Google stuff? I think that's what he was saying. I think that's what he just said, isn't it?
I was, 21 years old, 1995
Right.
or whatever.
Google.
This is what we have here. And a lot
Google,
of people
Google.
take it for granted that we can actually discern on a thing, discern all information in the world, allegedly. And we can talk about it, right? That's where we're at here. And other than, so I'm sorry, last time I'll say it, biggest debate of all time is flat versus round. Your spiritual journey is for you. That's it. And that's where we're at. That's where
By
we're
the way,
fucking at.
What do you think of this idea of almost see like part of me, I know we have all this information we can access whenever we want. But what do you think of the idea,
Dave Sims, no. Does he have a channel?
when you have too many options, it becomes almost hard to choose. Let's say you're choosing like a paint color or something like that. When you got a million to choose from versus when you have 4 to choose from, it makes it a lot more difficult to choose. It's like spraying perfume or something. After you spray the eighth one, you have no idea what it is.
No,
You know what I mean?
I see where you're going from. I see where you're coming from. It's like you actually have to know what you're searching for in a torpedo kind of way. First of all,
Exactly. So it makes it hard for the people that don't even know what to search for because now there's so much stuff to choose from.
Right.
That, like, at least we're part of the
There's a bunch of
generation that was able to realize what it was prior to having all this information at our fingertips.
yeah,
To
exactly.
realize,
I would say even more so. Like you just pick out an idea in your mind that you're trying to look up and find out about, and keep it on a torpedo sort of thing and go into the information world that way. If you go in not even knowing what the hell you're looking for, what the fuck are you even here for?
well, and then you can be misguided
what are you here
too.
for?
Well,
Well,
because
here-
then they'll
here's-
direct you
here's-
to all those, fake,
Here's the biggest
all the fake
problem.
information, anyways.
The biggest problem with all this is, though, it is reinforcing this conditioning that we've been given to accept information based on our perception of its source, rather than taking in the information and running it through the old noodle a little bit, war game it out a little bit. Don't just take it as, oh, it is written, therefore it is true. No, man, I had Wikipedia trying to tell me that atmospheric pressure was due to the weight of the air. I'm like, but I'm just a dumb flirter. I wouldn't know anything. Like, that's the dumbest shit.
Yeah, see, that's the truth. See, that's what pounds per square inch means. Pounds of air per square inch.
I ever heard. It's based on displacement, man.
That's not.
No, it's not.
I
Why
learned,
it
yeah,
pushes
it's
in
not how I
on
learned
you,
it.
right?
It's like suddenly
Yeah.
Wikipedia makes up a
So-
new definition.
So then why, when you displace the exact same amount of air and you're up high, the pounds per square inch on your body is lower? You've displaced the same amount of air.
Right.
Oh,
And
it's
these
like
people,
this
they
now.
think, oh, they're Google. All these people, they sound like a bunch of fucking
See, but you just a minute ago you were telling people to do that rather than talk to you.
turkeys and shit, instead of being able to take the information and go, no, that's bullshit. Or,
Yeah.
okay, that makes sense. Let me think
Hey, Steve, what's up?
about this, because you can't trust any of that. And anybody that thinks that you can is an idiot, man. You have to really be careful, because we are in an age right now, especially, of more deception. There's more psyops and deceptions being placed on humanity right now than in any other time in history.
There's no common sense out there whatsoever.
No,
Yeah.
and you have to at least have some common sense, have deductive reasoning skills, and have the capacity for logic.
You don't have those capacities. You have those. You don't have those skills. If you did, you wouldn't be a flat earther.
Yeah.
It's that those three things are not taught. People are taught to go look this up, and because it's written, that means it's so.
Yeah.
And oh, look, this was said by so and so that may or may not have ever existed.
Mhm.
You know what the hell, dude? I don't care if somebody was Sir Isaac Newton or not. I'm going to listen to what the fuck he said and see if it makes any goddamn sense to me. I don't care who he was.
No, you won't. You will listen to him with the mind of a flat earth idiot, and you will understand what you want to understand out of what he says.
Or how many times people have repeated his bullshit. It
Yeah.
doesn't make it right. I could convince everybody in the world that a fucking lead ball will float in the ocean. I could convince everybody of that. Is it going to
No, you couldn't. Sorry, you couldn't.
actually be true?
Yeah.
No,
See, not everyone is stupid like you are.
it's not. Okay.
Well, this is why they put these people on pedestals, because there has to be a certain status to them, like Einstein or whoever, because now they're looked upon as, oh, if you disagree with them, you're disagreeing with the smartest man alive. So obviously,
Right.
you're telling me you're smarter than the smartest man alive. You know?
That's the play, Dave. That's
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of how it goes. Yes, very smart people. We sort of put them on a pedestal and we refer to their work. We don't worship them. We refer to their work as mathematicians or physicists or engineers or whatever. So night all night, Steve.
Perception.
Yeah.
Perception.
Yeah.
And smartest man in the world according to who?
Right.
Who decided
Exactly.
that?
According to a lot of other smart people,
Whose criteria?
not jealous assholes like you. See, this is just jealousy. They're just jealous of smart people. Well, he's not so smart.
Was used?
Yeah.
Not mine.
Somebody decided that for you. That's like the appeals to authority. The appeal to authority, or the, even like, look, I'm guilty of it. Like I have a bunch of bands that I
No, that's not what appeals to authority means.
really like.
Sorry,
And
dude.
at one point in time in my life, I actually really idolized them. I thought they were great and they were making really good songs.
Pearl
This
Jam
is
for
the
one,
same-
right?
Yeah, I love Pearl Jam. I thought they
Same
were
here.
great.
Dude.
But then you find out how the music business works and you're like, oh, that was gross, and then so you walk back out of it. Well, the same thing happens in general pop nature of the narrative, the big river running as the narrative that everyone understands. Happens with Einstein. Einstein was a pop star for people to adore because he was saying bullshit that doesn't make any sense at all. But they said it and
No, that's not how it happened.
they propped him
Taking
up.
everyone
that way.
off track. Yep.
Right. So what you
He
have is
had
we're talking about
a good-
discernment here.
It
Yeah.
was PR. It was PR. They were
That's it.
trotting out this goofy-haired guy.
No, it was mathematics. It was physics. So shut the fuck up, you jealous dumbasses.
Right? Saying that he was this genius and having him read shit. He never spoke.
No.
Anytime, look for any film of him, anytime he's speaking, he's always reading. Now, if that's your paper,
So reading out loud from a paper you wrote isn't reading? Is it speaking?
why do you have to read it in so poorly?
Oh,
I might add.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
poorly. Okay.
Yeah.
And you look at the realistic, and I know don't tack the man.
what reading so poorly in what English? Because he's fucking German. What are you talking about? How do you know how good a fucking speaker Einstein was? Do you speak fluent German?
Attack the argument, right? But in reality, let's look at what this guy was about, right? He used his Nobel Prize money to pay off his wife and left her, okay? And then married his cousin who already had 2 little girls, referred to them as his little harem. Yes, and he wore women's shoes. This is the smartest man in the world, right? That
He's smarter than you are.
because we're told. And
Yeah.
they tell you some equation that nobody fucking really understands.
There's a lot of people that understand it. You don't because you're stupid.
There's a few people that actually understand what the hell any of that demonic scribbling that he had was.
You get this.
Okay.
It was
And
bullshit.
we're just told this bullshit. And so it's a PR thing. It's just like with Donald Trump. Everybody, oh, he's the greatest guy in the world, best president ever, blah, blah, blah. And
No, rated as the worst president ever. No, Donald Trump is horrible.
then when you point out, it's like, wait a minute, man. He signed us into the biggest debt that we've seen yet. $6.2 trillion, which ended up being another $32 trillion on top of that. Okay. All the feed big, things that he did that's
Those are numbers I'm not familiar with.
contrary to the
Come on, stop.
narrative.
He's playing 4D chess. Come on, don't you know?
Underwater with tiddlywinks, too,
5D
man. It's like,
chess.
5D. There you go. It's 5D
chess.
chess. Yeah.
and that's just
Come on.
it. The Cult 45 crew will come out and say, "Oh yeah, well, you know, I don't remember he saying that," or "Oh, he's playing some kind of strategy with the white hats and all this other." And I'm like, dude,
If you didn't vote, you don't get to complain.
he's a freaking actor. He's got a great PR campaign. He uses WWF style sensationalism to be able to win over his audience, like even acting like you got shot in the ear.
Hypnotized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
I can't argue with Dave on that. I can't. I've said many times that the MAGA cult is the WWE of politics.
Come on,
Well,
man.
Well, it's like we talked about the other night, that emotional attachment. People become emotionally attached to something. And then no matter how much logic you give them, no matter how much you say, wait, wasn't Trump the one that actually made everyone have to do that and all that stuff and it, like, was going along with it? It's like they're so already emotionally attached to him. No matter how much logic you tell them, they don't. It's in one ear out the other. It doesn't go through. That's why, again, the only way to actually get somebody to actually change their mind is by the Socratic method. When you ask the right questions and you phrase it in a way and you make them actually think, and then because it that could slowly detach them from that from the emotional attachment that they had to it. But it's got to be something that they come to the conclusion themselves. Otherwise, it's not going to be done through force or through.
That's kind of the
any of that kind of stuff.
the Inception idea is like they have to actually go through it themselves.
That movie was so insightful. Yeah,
discernment.
100%.
Well, and I'm not giving Hollywood a lot of credit here, but like it's a good metaphor. In fact, that you have to go through it yourself and practice discernment. Discernment is within you guys and everybody listening here. It's within you. I can scream as much as I want to from a mountaintop that this is the truth, but what does that matter? I'm just a guy screaming from a fucking microphone.
The only
It
thing
doesn't
is
matter.
this,
You gotta go through it yourself.
I'm just a guy screaming at the clouds.
Yeah.
We have a tendency that we want to, when we come to that feeling and that profound awareness of something that is true over what's been told to us or something, we have this tendency, we want to share that feeling with others. We want others to have that same experience, but more often than not, we're hit with the contrary to it. And it's because of this binary style of thinking that everybody's programmed into. Now, just like I said a minute ago, I kind of went on a thing and I said some of the shit that Trump is responsible for in the past that people tend to want to overlook, right? Mm-hmm. And so consequently, everybody thinks, oh, well, you must like Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
Well, no, I think she's dumber than a bag of hammers. I don't.
Why is
I
it
don't
just
like
two things?
either
Why
one
is it
of them.
just why is it just this?
Well, that's the divide and conquer trap. Like, that's what it is, because we're all put in that binary, the false binary, false dichotomy, whatever it is. But that's the trap. So they always put everybody in these two categories. You either fit in this one or that one. And when you say you don't believe in either one, it's like, well, people can't even compute that.
It's short circuits.
And back to
there's always a third option.
Yeah.
One of my favorite lines in a song is from Rush, where it says,
I love Rush.
If you choose not to decide, you still have made a choice.
Yep.
Okay? Take the third option. Do you want this or do you want this? I don't want either. I want this instead. Right?
Yep.
And now
that's how they do politics. My brother-in-law, when he was a child, he would play my mom.
All right, you still made a choice.
mother-in-law real well. And he was smart as a kid. He wouldn't ask, "Can I have a toy?" He would already have gone off to the toy aisle and picked 2 things off of the shelf and say, "Which one of these did you want me to get?"
Right.
Okay, there it is. So they don't ask me. They don't say, "Hey, do you want a president? Do you want a leader?" No, they say, "Which one of these guys do you want for your leader?"
Right.
Your president. I'm like,
Well, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
no, that's what I meant. I'm like going, "Hey, wait, hold up. You didn't ask me if I wanted that shit first. You know, what are you talking about?"
Well, I was gonna say, even with raising kids, it's the same. If you give them, okay, do you want the broccoli or do you want the carrots? You know, it's like,
I mean, if you don't like living in a democratic republic, fucking leave, man. Don't keep whining about it. Fucking leave. I'm sure there are other countries you could go to that aren't as good, but fucking leave.
you're giving that at least, but that can be done in a good way. You know what I mean?
Right.
Stuff like that.
But
so
in the end, you're still trying to steer their decision to one, right?
Right.
Because if you want them to, if you want them to eat the carrots and they don't really like the carrots, and you know they fucking hate broccoli, by offering those 2 choices, they're going to pick the carrots, and then you can say it was your choice to have the carrots.
Right. Yep. Exactly. Well, it's amazing how it still works on adults. I mean, so and it works very well. But it's back to that whole thing that we were saying about letting people come to the realization themselves. Because it's like a pushy salesman. Like when a salesman is extra pushy, your instinct is to push them away because you're like, I don't want it. And the more you push, and a lot of us were guilty of that in the flat Earth community in the beginning, especially, was like, oh my gosh, you're not going to believe this. You know, this is amazing. And then the more we're saying it to them in such a sort of like we're coming at them too hard. People are like, okay, dude, back up a little bit. I remember even like my brothers and stuff were like pissed at me for the longest time. Like, oh, you can't have Dave over. Dave's going to push this fucking flat Earth shit, you know? And I'm like, dude, hold on. I'm like, this is very interesting. You'll find this interesting if you take the 10 minutes to just look at this video or something like that, you know? But then I realized later I was pushing too hard. I should have just been like sitting back, not doing a whole lot. Be like maybe let them watch me like reading a flat Earth book or watching a video. Be like, oh, what is that?
David, just frankly, like just you saying that.
You bought a flat Earth book?
Like what I learned, it was a big lesson for me. Like 2015, this thing got dropped on me, and I was literally just like, "Hey, maybe take a look at it this way." And I realized how much nobody wanted to look at it. Nobody wanted to see it. Nobody wanted to understand it or anything else. And it really doesn't take that long. It's like we've done most of the heavy lifting. You would take like 2 or 3 days, and you'd be like, "Oh shit, it's flat." And then it was never about the shape. It's about the lie. And I think all the FE people know this stuff. But that's where we're at here. And we're now at a crux. We're at a crux now, where this thing's going to get a bunch of attention, both good and bad. And we knew this going into December. We said it in November. We said it in October. It was like, look, we're going to get fucking gut punched in December and into January. But nobody's going to ignore it because it's just objectively true that we can't measure any curvature. That's really all it is. There's nothing else to it. Zero.
That's exactly why they do this right here. Now, I watch people. I watch patterns. Okay. And this is the thing. This is why.
How is the curvature of the Earth measured? The curvature of the Earth is measured by observing how far away an object disappears over the horizon, essentially using the principle as the Earth is curved. The bottom of the distant object will appear for. That's not how we measure the curvature of the Earth. That's fucking AI. Here, modern methods. Surveying instruments using theodolites to measure angles at different points along a long distance, which can be used to calculate the curvature, satellite data, high altitude observations. You can do it a bunch of different ways. You can use Al-Biruni's method. You can use Eratosthenes' method. So when you say that you can't measure the Earth, you're fucking lying.
The biggest thing they have is this reversal of the burden of proof. Okay? Yep. They assume that their claim of an unproven globe needs to be, in other words, you have to prove an observation as opposed to their claim that goes against observable reality. Until proven otherwise, the observation remains the default. Yeah. Okay, that's
no, it doesn't, man. No, it doesn't. See, measurements always trump observation. Always. What the fuck are you talking about? Well, it's the default because that's what I want it to be. That's his excuse.
How that is. So nobody has ever got up out of their bed, walked outside, went to work, done all their stuff, and say, I've been looking around here, and based on what I feel and see, I think that I'm on a ball that's rotating around in an infinite void. No one, I repeat, would even go to that direction of thinking at all.
No, never would even come up.
No,
never.
Exactly.
That's
now
the
they
definition
can
of
point
default.
to their misinterpretation of optics and say, well, boats over the horizon and blah, 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 blah.
But how would they even have known any of that? How would they even known any of that? Nobody would have ever said that. It's like,
well, and they say, well, let's suppose they did. Let's suppose that was an observation that started making somebody wonder about the realm that they're on a little more as far as shape is concerned. So what would really come about from that? That observation at the very best, or a sunset, would either make you think you're on a cylindrical object, right? Or that the sun is literally landing and taking off from some other location. I mean, those would be the very rudimentary thoughts that would come to your mind.
Yep.
Or, you know, not that, oh,
To dumb people, yeah, but not intelligent, reasoning adults.
you know, I saw that sun go down and I thought that was kind of strange. I must be on a ball. Nobody has ever done that. The reason they glom onto the sunset and sunrises is because when you were very, very little, you asked a trusted adult, mommy, daddy, a teacher, grandma, grandpa, and you said, where does the sun go at night, mommy? And they told you exactly what they were told. It goes on the other side of the ball.
2, 3, 4 generations, or probably at least 3 generations.
That's the whole reason they jump on that. That's the whole reason they jump on that. Not because I see airplanes go down over the curve. No, they never use that. It's always the sun.
Right.
Man, this is fucking pathetic. It really is.
It even goes to the whole like Santa Claus narrative, because when you think about Santa, you're told that when you're very little from a very trusted source, your parents. Santa is real, and Santa has all the attributes of God, right? So it's one of those things where we're looking at, oh, Santa, like he always sees you, he knows what you're doing, you better be good, this
Santa
and that.
Claus.
Well, right,
Sorry,
exactly.
I couldn't say it.
So right, so and again, man in red, all that stuff, you know. But it's like the thing is though, psychologically, it tricks us at a very young age to all of a sudden go against believing in God, because once you find out that Santa's not real, well, what's the next logical conclusion? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
because if you're thinking, if your whole life you're told by these trusted authorities that this man who has all these attributes of God is not real, and then you find out at the age of 10 or 11 that, oh, wait a minute, that wasn't true. So wait a minute, I've been told that God watches me all the time. I've been told that I better be good because of God, and then you start, like, you're subconsciously putting these things together. But I think it leads people down that atheistic sort of way of thinking. Because, you know, I mean, are you guys with me on this? Does that sound logical?
Santa Claus is the first lie of all kids. I mean, it's like, I want toys. I want toys. If I can be good, I'll get toys. I mean, it's literally.
Well, there's the materialist side of it. Yeah, exactly. But I think the deeper side of it is putting all those attributes of God onto Santa and then later pulling the rug out from underneath.
Hey, not sure what's up.
He's always watching. He's taking account of everything you do.
Yep.
You know, even in the song, you know, it says he's making a list. He's checking it twice, right? Gonna find out who's
It's like
naughty
the deity watching over you, making sure you're being
right.
good.
And
Right,
even in the Krampus, even if you bring the Nordic Krampus into the mix, you know, the traditional Santa Claus story that they have, the bad kids are punished and shit by Krampus, and the good kids are rewarded.
Right.
You know, I mean, it's right there, God the devil.
You
got the whole,
you still have a dichotomy there too. You still have a whole.
well, even your courtroom is that dichotomy. It really is. You know, it's you against the devil and God's refereeing. That's pretty much, you've got that exact thing. You the prosecution is the devil.
Yeah.
You know, that's exactly how that shit works.
Yeah, they put in everything. There's always these divide and conquer traps wherever you go. And it's all these psychological, manipulative sort of ways of going about it. And that's why even when people present themselves as, well, a lot of times they'll fool you by presenting themselves as nice and loving and caring and doing all this nice stuff for you. But it's literally just done for the psychological reason of, like I said, pulling the rug out from you later on. And then you not even realizing that they pulled the rug out from under you.
Yeah, let me cover this real quick because I got to go to a Christmas party, guys. But there's one of the things about there's a big argument the whole weekend. Well, the AE projection is not right. It's just a work in progress, people. Nobody ever claimed that was right. It works really good.
It's a work in progress. Oh, so now it's a work in progress. Okay.
Good for northward travel. You know, in the South, we don't know that much about it. I think it was Tiffany Vinci. It's just a working model, guys. I mean, we're trying to rebuild the world that we live in real time in the last 10 years, and we've been working at it for 10 years. What we know
Why? Why do you need to rebuild the world?
for a fact is that we can't measure curvature. What we know for a fact is that water seeks its own level. We know for a fact is that you can't have gas pressure without a container. We know these things. It's that good. We got some new data from allegedly in Antarctica. We'll figure out what that is. Either way, it doesn't change a fucking thing that we're getting up to. It just doesn't.
Well, Lowry and everybody, I just want to give a shout out to Sean Hawkins. I was just informed that he is streaming us right now. I want to give a shout out to Sean and his 4 viewers. And I would like to ask Sean,
More than I get.
now that you have concretely
I got well, there's 19 right now. At 6:20, I had 30. So
definitively proving your globe to yourself, what are you going to focus more on, the video games and the 3D printing?
You're right back, guys. Lowry, if I don't see you, have fun tonight, dude.
Yeah, cheers, man.
So, you know, let us know. That'd be interesting to know what other endeavors you're going to pursue now, because after all,
simulcast on a Glover channel.
Yeah, over
that
on
what it
Sean
is?
Hawkins.
Oh,
He's
my
got, I
goodness.
think he's got, what, maybe 4 viewers on there. And shout out to them. And Sean himself, you know, and I'm just wondering, he does some stuff with 3D printing. I know something about making guitars and stuff. Maybe he'll focus more on that now, because after all, since he has definitive proof of a globe, he has no reason to even bother.
I had definitive proof of the globe 8 years ago, 20 years ago.
He's got all that free time now, see? Unless he's calling Pastor Will Duffy a man of God, a liar.
Yeah. I don't think you know how logic works, man. You don't.
I just it's been a great past 80 hours with you, buddy. We have to go to a Christmas party. It's really just an open bar. And I'm actually going to have a social life tonight because I haven't had one in 2 months. And then the last 80 hours, I haven't even left the studio talking to you and everything else. I would say to like all your listeners and like whoever on Sean's little 4-person channel, hey, guys, we're just looking at stuff. We're just being observers and seeing what we see.
Hey, and
No, you're not. You're denying everything you see unless it goes your way, unless you think it makes some sense about the flat Earth. No, you're not. You're not a truth seeker, dipshit.
we're going to miss you. We're going to miss you guys because, after all, since you have your definitive proof,
You have your different
you
proof.
really don't have any reason to engage us anymore now. You've proven it to yourself and I guess to the world, and there's no reason for you to ever talk to us again. So
Yeah.
farewell, Sean, and I wish you luck in your future endeavors, my man.
We wish you all
Farewell,
the best.
Will Duffy. I hope your church grows bigger than a bedroom closet. And to McToon, I hope your acne clears up and maybe you can spend more time doing extreme frisbee with the youngsters as you claim to do. And FTFE, maybe it'll reduce your stress levels and you won't have to have your legs amputated or whatever the fuck. So that's pretty cool, I'm glad
So triggered. Oh
to
my
see that these
God.
guys are finally free.
finally
I
free.
guess now,
They're free of us.
also, and Duffy, I'm waiting for this pile of money to fall into my lap now because he's now saved the world from being broke flat earthers. Now I'm going to be a rich flat earther. So come on.
I mean, that should say it all. And like, don't forget, if they still haunt us from this day on, they're doomed. They're fucking doomed. Their whole castle.
Well, that means they don't accept that as definitive proof.
They don't accept
That's
their own proof. And so like, I'm still working on this model, man.
Oh.
I'm doing my best I can.
God damn, the cope is heavy, man.
They keep coming around even for 1 second. And anybody out there that's doing content, anybody out there in the chat or just doing content, if one of these people come into your chat, it's bot or it's just a complete fucking demon asshole because there's no reason for them to chase us anymore. If they have their proof,
Demon asshole. That's an awesome name for a band.
they don't need to do it anymore. They don't. They show up in your chat. They show up in anything. They want to debate again. There you go. I mean, it's really that simple. It's that.
I was mistaken.
simple.
He's grown a little bit, Laurie. It looks like he's got 26 watching.
Oh, he's got 26. He's got 26. So, what's the name of that channel?
Let me see. Sean Hawkins is the name of the
Sean
channel.
Hawkins, thanks for having us on. We've been doing this for 10 years and talking about cosmology for 10 years. Thanks for having us on finally for the first time. Looks like you guys got your globe proof. So I don't think there's any reason that you have to come into our world anymore because we're going to continue to look at this world and figure out what it is. So,
Hang on, I'm sorry, guys, if I'm making
Such fucking whiners.
noise. My
Yeah.
fucking clamp
but
came
anyway,
undone.
Sean, thank you. And please rebroadcast if you want
Yes, we always had proof.
to. If you're coming into our chat now after tonight, it means that you didn't get what you wanted this weekend. If you got what you wanted, you got your 24-hour thing, then you don't have to come in here anymore. That just means we're just going to block the fuck out of you and say, fuck you. But if you want to hang out
Love
with us,
it.
great. We'll talk to you, have
Fucking love it.
good conversations with you, but you can't come in anymore to any
Oh,
of our
they are
chats and
triggered.
say anything because you already got your proof. It's already over
Oh, massively triggered.
for you. Your final experiment is finished. So now why are you still hanging out with us unless you're either a bot or a troll? So there you go. That's it, man.
Sorry about that, guys. My microphone came off the fucking
I
boom.
missed all that.
No worries. I did a big rant, but I'm gonna let you guys go. We gotta get ready to.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, Lowry, because look, man, you either accept that as definitive proof, as y'all thought so, and you said, or you don't.
Or you don't.
Okay.
And
So
what are you gonna do? You're gonna hang out with us for more because this can't be fun for anti-flat earthers when they already got their proof
Yeah, he used to get drunk a lot.
and they still hang out with us and want to fight with us. I'm like, come on, guys. Like, it looks like you're just gonna get blocked because we don't care, right? So like, what are you doing now? Why are you still hanging out with us to try to prove something else? You got your proof allegedly. You got it, right? What are you doing here anymore? And
What?
See, the proof wasn't for us. That's not who the proof is for.
Fuck, we're gonna have so much fun with this for the next fucking 10 years. I'm like, what are you
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
here?
yeah,
What are
yeah.
you fucking doing in here? It's just like, what the
Yes, comedy for smart people. That's what they are.
fuck, man? That's
right?
it.
That's what it is.
what I was thinking.
That's
when
my
I got
rant.
today. I
I'm
was
sorry.
like, yeah.
I'm done ranting. I love you guys. I'm gonna pipe off. I gotta go do something else besides stream because I've been streaming with you guys for the last.
All right, go to
All right, guys,
Christmas
have fun
party.
tonight.
Yeah.
Great,
Yeah.
and do all
Keep
that.
it up, guys. Keep up the truth. Love you guys. Cheers.
Love you
Right on,
too.
brother.
See you guys.
Oh man.
Me and you now.
Yeah, it's just me and you right now, unless somebody else pops on here.
What about your guitar, dude?
Yeah, I was just thinking it. I was gonna go get it here.
Dude, I saw your version of for what it's worth when you did it a couple weeks ago.
Oh
You
yeah.
know-
All right, so yeah, we're not gonna listen to this. Anything else on? Oh, Drunk to Bunk Show.
Lots of overlap. We've had, I think the count's 10, but we have between 8 and 10 cameras that have been filming the entire time.
There you go.
Okay.
Yep. Turns out Nathan.
This is when shit starts getting ramped up a little bit. Yeah, I think staying up for 24 hours is such a big deal. Dude, I do that. I used to do that, but now I'm old.
Hey Nathan, you lied. Robert Shortman lied.
Earth's measured pattern, right?
Yeah, you're a liar, Nathan. You're a liar. You said the sun sets. You lied. Caught you. You're a scum. You lied.
Did you hear what Nathan just said to you? You hear what Nathan
I don't care what Nathan said. Nathan lied.
Look, he's starting to shake. He's starting to shake. He's starting to get super pissed. Like, this is something you could tell that this is something that he's wanted to say to Nathan
Yeah, it was awesome.
Oakley for years.
We showed it from Nathan's end too, and he didn't mute MC Toon a whole lot.
You can tell with like you.
There was a couple times, but for the most part, he was not muted, and everything that MC Toon's saying came through.
Like what? Like it starts getting. You're streaming my live stream, yo. Let's go. Hello, Sean's audience. How are you?
He's a confirmed, proven liar, Nathan. Nathan, you're a proven liar.
Oh,
I'm standing in Antarctica.
you can tell. Like he is just boiling over.
Guys, go over to his channel. He has 28 subscribers on this channel, so click on the link, subscribe, show him some love, and make comments in his live stream. He's really good. He's like me, but he's family safe, family friendly, work friendly. So he's like the good side of me. He's really good. So I'm gonna end it here. Go over to his live stream and give him a talk. Jam with him. Fuck him. Thanks for watching.